lovers, and welcome to another one of Mark's Whiskey Ramblings. Today I would like to introduce to you the DenHool Dutch Single Malt. That's right, a Dutch Single Malt. Now that is something you do not come across every day. When we think of Dutch whiskey, the first thing that comes to mind is probably Zuidam Millstone. And with reason, good reason. Another one is Friske Hinder, but this one is a new one, brand new, and it's called DenHool Single Malt. And DenHool is a distillery that can be found in Drenthe, in the north of Holland. In fact, there is a village called DenHool not far from Drenthe. And the family that runs this distillery, well, they are farmers first and distillers second. What they do is they have this huge farm where they grow potatoes, but also sugar beets, summer barley, but also winter wheat, stuff like that. And the family, which by chance is called DenHool, just to make things a bit confusing, the family DenHool in the village DenHool is they are farmers first and distillers second. What they do with the summer barley is they send a part of that summer barley to a malting in Belgium, Dingemans it's called, and part of that then goes to a distillery in Holland, Baarle-Nassau, Patrick Zuidam, and part of that goes to a brewery in Belgium, in Ertvelde, where they produce beers like Old Witte, Boerenblond and Turfsteker, which are Dutch names for beers. They are high ABV beers, let me put it that way. The Turfsteker, for example, which means the peat man, or whatever you want to call it, is a dark caramelized beer at 7% ABV. But that's the beers. Those beers then return to the farm because they have a beer tasting location as well, where you can try those beers. It's called the Drentse Schans. Hey, there you go. Whatever, Google it. But back to the whiskey. So at Zuidam, they have distilled 2 batches already. In 2010 they distilled a batch. In 2011 they distilled a batch. But now Gert and Ans ten Hol, who own the farm, have installed their own distilling equipment. And in August 2015 they distilled their very first batch themselves. So the 3rd batch of DenHool is distilled at the farm itself. But it will be quite a while before we see that whiskey come to market. The first batch that was distilled by Patrick Zuidam in Baarle-Nassau was distilled in 2010, and now in April 2016 that is bottled as this DenHool Drentse Single Malt 6-year-old. It is bottled at a drinking strength of 46% ABV, and this was a marriage of bourbon casks, New American Oak, and Pedro Jimenez sherry casks. That explains the beautiful color, I presume. And it yielded a total of 1,130 bottles. So we have it at a drinking strength of 46% ABV. It's got this beautiful copper to bronze color, and it clinks nicely to the glass. So I'm guessing this is going to be quite a syrupy whiskey indeed. A triple distilled, in pot stills, triple distilled single malt from Holland. Here we go, on the nose. Well, it's a bit of a strange nose at first. I get some wet cardboard, but that evaporates quite quickly, and it makes place for some bourbony notes. I get lots of gingerbread. Wow, this is liquid gingerbread. So I do get some ginger, obviously. I get some banana, some coconut, some almonds. It's quite herbal as well. Cumin. Camphor. This is nice. Maybe even some candied ginger and some raw grains. And I was about to say, I can smell the rye, but again, there is no rye in the mash bill. This is 100% summer barley. So, and it's the barleys, by the way, if I'm not mistaken, it's Prestige. Prestige. While in Scotland they mostly use Optic or a couple of others. Prestige is not a strain of barley that you come across often. But in Holland they use the Prestige for this single malt. So a very pleasant nose, very sweet, very candied. I get some sweet pears, some mandarin and banana in there as well. Some flowery honey. But it does remind me a bit of bourbon, to be honest. Right, on the palate then. Like I said, mouth coating, syrupy, it's very spicy as well. The sweetness is certainly there, but the fruit is much less outspoken than on the nose. Nevertheless, this is very... Oh, the gingerbread is still there. This truly is liquid gingerbread. I'm not sure if you can see this, but can you see that? The way the drops come down the glass, I hope it's visible on the camera. But this is very, very thick, very syrupy. It's soothing. I quite like it on the finish. Well, the finish is long, nice, sweet, dark. Oh, this is good. I like it. I like it a lot. Wow, well done, well done. I'm not sure if I should congratulate DenHool or should congratulate Zerdam. Maybe a bit of both. And I'm not sure if it's the spirit or the casks that did most of the work here. But who cares? It's the interplay between the spirit and the casks that makes a good whiskey. So in this case, this is very well done indeed. Congratulations, DenHool. So, Gert en Ans DenHool from the village DenHool, who created the DenHool single malt, in one word by the way, just to differentiate from the village I suppose, or just to make things confusing. Hey, that's the Dutch for you. Well done indeed. This is a very nice introduction to the market. A new Dutch single malt from Drenthe, from North Holland, at 46%. This is one to keep an eye on, and I will be on the lookout for the second batch, which should be released next year. But the third batch, well, that is probably going to be for 2021, something like that. Oh well. In the meantime, we can enjoy this one. It was sold in my neck of the woods for about 63 euros. It is well worth it, in my opinion. This is a very nice Dutch triple distilled single malt. And that's all for this Whisky Rambling. And I hope to see you again at one of Mark's Whisky Ramblings real soon. And until then, may the malt be with you.